Alicent came to Dragonstone under a banner of peace.
We pick up season 3, and for the first time, the Greens' defeat seems like all but inevitable. Rhaenyra is enthralled by a possibility, and her decision is made. She is going to King's Landing, and she will not take no for an answer.
I can make it clean, or...
Might I at least know the accusation, my prince?
Where is he?
A lot of this episode 1 is people finding things not exactly as they expect or seem. Aemond didn't expect Aegon to have fled the keep. Alicent does not expect to find Aemond on the throne.
Alicent comes back feeling like her plan's gonna work. She can turn over the city and bring peace. But the minute she walks through those doors, all of her plans have changed.
Aemond.
It sends fear right through her because Aemond is not as easily controllable as Aegon, and definitely has an appetite for destruction. And not what Alicent promised Rhaenyra in the slightest.
I think Aemond is scared. He is sitting on that throne, vibrating with fear that those 3 dragons are going to come to King's Landing and he's going to die.
You're frightened. Aemond's frightened too.
When Helena does have that really insightful moment, it makes Alicent realize that she can play into Aemond's fears and petition to him from the goodness of her heart that she really worries for him.
You should have been king.
He's smart enough to know that maybe it is an effort in manipulating him for her needs. But in that moment, it is everything that Aemond wants to hear from his mum. So he kind of sees what he wants to see. He'd always wanted the love and affection from his mum, and so his way of showing it is quite skewed.
We wanted the kiss to feel like Aemond was not quite confident with it, and for it to feel like a first kiss from his side. I think Alicent has always thought that there's something more malignant with the feelings that Aemond has towards his mother, but didn't ever think that they would manifest. She's completely left dumbfounded and fearful of what that means.
We are traveling towards war, and Corlys is desperately trying to make some kind of link with his son.
We're leaning into the audience's anticipation for this great event that they know is coming soon. And for Alan and Corlys, they don't know the Triarchy is coming for them.
Sit.
That scene in the captain's quarters, it was the calm before the storm.
There's a couple of things that happen in that scene that are firsts for Corlys. First of all, he apologizes. In the past, Corlys would have been like, well, it happened, let's get on with it. He's having to be humble, but of course, this is roughly 30 years of breach between them, and so it's not going to be that easy.
We find Alan at this crossroads. Does he accept this? Does he move forward with this? Or fight against it? How are these 2 incredibly proud men going to put aside their pride and actually see each other for who they are, which are damaged individuals?
I am sorry for it.
The Triarchy and the Velaryons have been at it for the better part of a quarter of a century. She's gone into this with this personal sort of blood vendetta of like, yeah, I'll take your contract because that gives me the chance to go over to Westeros and hit him in his home where I can really make it hurt. She used Tywin essentially as a passport in order to get across the border, and then when she did, she doesn't need him anymore.
What do you weigh in that armor?
Take the sip.
Father!
Alan, despite feeling like he's been closed to Corlys's advances as his dad, really it did land, and sometimes you only realize what you have when it's gone.
He is hunting for that satisfaction, but whether he finds that, I don't think so. Even though there is a feeling of victory, there isn't a victory at all.
There is war in the gullet.
They have sprung their trap.
Through season 2, we saw Jace growing into his own, chafing to want to get himself involved in the politics and the fighting. But Rhaenyra was so traumatized by Luke's death that she was reluctant to send Jace anywhere on his dragon.
Mother!
And I think he's questioning his mother's judgment.
If she goes out and fights and loses her life, that would mean that his ultimate goal has failed.
Locking her up was literally a decision of protection.
The Queen must be confined until she regains her senses.
Their whole claim, and his life, really, and the life of all the people that have served them, relies on her being alive at the end of this. Plus, he's also a 16-year-old boy that wants to do this on his own.
Stupid boy. She's just like, what are you doing? She knows how serious this could be because she's seen what they're going into.
Jace would always know there's a chance of him dying when he goes to battle, but he's willing to take that risk as long as his mother gets on the throne.
They were going through probably the hardest decisions of their lives.
Open the door.
How to save Westeros, how to succeed the throne in the proper way. And they were doing that as mother-son, but they were also doing that as queen and subject.
Jace!
And these will never align.
To have your agency denied is a maddening experience. It's control in the guise of protection. She knows that this is gendered. She's well aware that her warrior spirit would be heralded were she male. Until this point, Rhaenyra has attempted to model a ruling queen. But that queen is not respected by her male colleagues. Even her own son has seen fit to override her will. So she kills off the perpetual obstacle, which is the way in which she's perceived. And from this moment forth, I think she takes on the image of a king.
Moondancer and Vermax, they've been trained all their life for this. They've been around other dragons. Whereas Sheepstealer has just been a solitary dragon for his whole life. When you throw him into a battle, he's gonna have a reaction to it.
The initial moments are like, here we go. I'll come in, save the day.
While it starts as Rhaena's dream of riding her dragon into battle, he lashes out to defend himself, to defend his rider.
I don't think there are higher stakes than, like, I'm gonna be responsible for hurting my family.
She would just do anything she could to reverse what's happened, but it's too late.
Jace ultimately cares for Vermax so much. They're brothers, you know? If you go down, I go down. He's gone on a massive journey, but then so have I as a person, I think. So I feel like we've kind of grew up together in a way.
This battle has such a ripple effect afterwards. I think you really do have to question, was there a victor? Is there going to be a victor in the Dance of the Dragons writ large because of the high cost of this battle?